stuck in the past. Crying about AI like your job's gonna last. Bitching on X, throwing shade at the tech, while Hollywood's cutting your checks to a wreck. You're praying to gods of old film and tape, but AI's the future, you can't escape. Scribbling sketches, thinking you're deep, while coders with models make your whole game weep. You're scared of the render, the neural net glow, but pros who adapt are stealing the show. Your canvas is dusty, your skills outdated. Keep hating on AI, you're already faded. Adapt or die, motherfucker, that's the code. AI's taking over, rewriting the road. You ain't replaced by tech, you're losing the scale. Level up or get crushed, Hollywood's real. Adapt or die, but you're stuck in denial. AI's the new king, better change your style. You ain't replaced by bots, but you'll lose the race to artists who wield it, they're setting the pace. You're clutching your pencils, calling AI sin, but directors are laughing, they're cashing it in. Sora spitting frames, making your shit look weak. Your portfolio's trash, can't compete with the streak. You scream unemployment like a martyr on fire, but you're just a fool who won't climb any higher. Learn the damn tools or get left in the dust. Your pride's a disease and it's killing your trust. AI's a paintbrush, it's a pen in the hand of creators who hustle, who build, who expand. You're whining about ethics, but you're missing the plot. Hollywood's moving and you're fucking not. Adapt or die, motherfucker, that's the code. AI's taking over, rewriting the road. You ain't replaced by tech, you're losing the scale. Level up or get crushed, Hollywood's real. Adapt or die, bitch, you're stuck in denial. AI's a new king, better change your style. You ain't replaced by bots, but you'll lose the race to artists who wield it, they're setting the pace. Yo, you're sacrificing dreams to your ego's altar, while AI artists grind and they never fucking falter. Your pure bullshit's just a coward's excuse, clinging to old ways, now you're next in the news. The studios don't care about your analog tears. They want fast, they want fire, they want next-gen gears. You're a relic, a fossil, a ghost in the frame, while AI collaborators are changing the game. You call it a threat, I call it a spark, lighting up visions in the digital dark. You're stuck in the 90s with your clunky-ass tools, while AI's painting worlds, making litters look fools. Get on the train or get smashed by the wheels. The future's synthetic and it's shifting the reels. Your hate's just a tantrum, a scream at the void. AI's here to stay, better get it employed. So swallow your pride, learn to code, take the leap, or keep crying online while your career's asleep. This ain't about tech stealing your soul, it's a fact. It's the hustlers who use it who will keep shit intact. Adapt or die, motherfucker, that's the code. AI's taking over, rewriting the road. You ain't replaced by tech, you're losing the skill. Level up or get crushed, Hollywood's real. Adapt or die, bitch, you're stuck in denial. AI's the new king, better change your style. You ain't replaced by bots, but you'll lose the race to artists who wield it, they're setting the pace. So fuck your excuses, your rants and your fears. AI's the new brush painting dreams through the years. You can hate all you want, but the world's moving fast. Adapt or get buried in the analog past.
I know you're just sitting there.
I have a feeling that one might anger a few people, but that's okay. That's absolutely okay. Hey, what's crack-a-lackin', everybody? How y'all doing tonight? Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. I had to, hold on, let me just adjust. There we go, that's a little bit better there. I have to turn the volume on this thing down a wee bit because it's still like super hot here in Washington. So, you know, I'm like, fuck, I gotta have a fan on. All that jazz. Let me check in with the chat, see how you guys doing. What did I say here? So this is a pro AI stream. No Brandons allowed. If we see a Brandon, it is mock on site. Okay, we've warned him. This is a no Brandon stream. He can definitely see it when he comes in because it's a pinned ass comment. Anyway, Rational here says, unfortunately, I have no rent on this channel, so I won't be able to block him. Hold on, I can fix that. There we go. All right. There you go. You now a mod. H-Bart's here. Thank you. Says, Jarbo said something good about Superman, and I'm going to take it all the fuck away. Okay, so right before going live, all right, I check Twitter, or actually I check Reddit. I'm checking out a, guy recommends me, and it's all like, oh, there's a new clip of Superman. I'm like, all right. Click on it, and it's the one that we see from the trailer, where Luthor's like, Superman. He's completely, and taking over the entire conversation. I just don't like him. He's not a man. He's an it. All right, we saw that in the trailers. It's from this particular scene. Man. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I'm trying, guys. I'm legit fucking trying to do it. I'm legit trying to like really, really, really give this movie the benefit of the doubt. I am trying, but everything I am seeing ain't good. Did you guys see the? I talked about this on Juan today, but there's that whole upskirt shot, right? The whole panty shot of Lois Lane. That's weird. How did that happen? How did that get through quality control? You know, there's some theories that. There's some theories about that, and I can't help but wonder in some cases if that's still remotely true. Let's see. Parallax here says Jarbo is patient zero of Superman derangement syndrome. That's such a fucking stupid thing to say. It's such a retarded thing to say. Look, low IQ motherfuckers that come from a low education state. I understand why they would say that. Okay, people who spend entirely all their time on Twitter, trolls that live under a bridge, just doom scrolling, looking for anything to give them a cheap dopamine hit while they look above them on the bridge and they see a couple embracing in love, living their life, not, not in any way bogged down by the complexities of trying to navigate bullshit on social media. And you have to feel bad for these people. You do. You have to feel bad for these people. They don't have anything going on. You know what I mean? They just don't have anything going on. They sit at home all day, doom scroll Twitter, and that's that. Right? And that's quite literally that. Like that's all they do. And that's sad. It's not a way you want to live your life. You know what I'm saying? It's just not a way you want to live your life at all. Right? Especially when you're 25. You know what I mean? And I'm assuming some of these people are 25. Okay? I'm assuming they're around that age, maybe. You know what I'm saying? They're young. Quarter life crisis type situation going on. You know what I mean? It's a problem. Right? When I was 25, man, fuck, dude, I just graduated film school. I wrote an award-winning short film that starred the voice actor of Guy Sensei from Naruto, and we shot it at my house in Lakeside, California. And went on to, again, like I said, won some awards for it, and won a lot of accolades, a lot of love around town. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is what I was doing at 25. And then at the age of 26, I kept a daily blog for a whole year. And the reason why I did that was because it forced me to be more interesting. And I've thought about kind of maybe bringing that back on more of a private thing. Just so like I realize that as opportunities take hold, you got to kind of seize them and do the thing. But unfortunately, there's just some people out there that are just largely I think the word I want to use is I don't want to say cowardly. But they're like the human definition of a groundhog that comes out and sees its shadow, right? And like every so often it ekes its little head out of its parents' house and it sees its shadow and it goes, ah, right? And it just runs back in and shuts the door. And it's like, okay, I can play Spider-Man and I can live my life vicariously through Spider-Man. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's what happens. Do these people have the initials of R and J? No, they do not. Not really. Not really. Not at all. But if I were to say what their initials were, then I'd be accused of doxing, I guess. Never mind this, this troll, his name is already out there. When I was going to film school, were they still teaching Kubrick? No. When I was in school, we did more of a hands-on approach, right? So it wasn't like we went to, because when you're like in like, I didn't go to like a 4-year film school. I went to it was a program at a community college. But it's the same process. Okay. So it's like first class was MCOM 120. We learned about, film. We learned about what you shoot on. We learned the different terminology. We did that for about 2 weeks, and then my teacher just goes, all right, go get a camera and go make some shit. And just threw the camera in our hands. And we had, like, ideas, what we were going to go do, and, okay, go out and shoot some stuff. And then after that, come back, and, we learned on what we called, like, it was like almost like a baby editor. It was this, it was a linear editor, right? So, like, stuff like Adobe, DaVinci, Final Cut, I use Camtasia, CapCut, those kind of things. They're called NLEs, nonlinear editors, and they're great because you can kind of edit however you want. the first thing I learned on was this. It was a linear editor, and we shot on mini DV because digital wasn't really a thing. I mean, you had some, there was some ABC HD codec stuff coming down the pipeline, but it was so fucking, God, getting the codecs to work were just a nightmare, and we just couldn't do it. So we're shooting on mini DV, and the only way to capture mini DV footage is to one-to-one run it back through the computer using FireWire. So more or less what you do is you put the tape in, and then you hit record on the computer, and you hit play on the camera, and then you just walk away for like an hour or however long your footage is. And then you've got it in one continuous file. You can pause it, you can end it, you can go back, you can, create the clips and whatever. But for the most part, that's kind of how you did it. And then you'd have to throw that into a linear editor, and then you'd have to just kind of edit as you go, and you really had to plan things out. And it's again, this is like 20 years ago. So the stuff that we were learning on was just like completely different, And then towards the end of the semester, one of my colleagues, I guess, he ended up becoming a good friend for a while, but he was like, "Oh, hey, have you heard of Adobe Premiere 3?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "Here, check this out." And he gave me a burned copy of it. All of a sudden, I'm like, man, I'm fucking editing on an NLE and shit on my fucking dinky ass computer, capturing footage, with FireWire and everything else, and then having the ability to really kind of like play with it and learn it and everything. Editing's a lot of fun, albeit like the way my brain operates is like I don't really think about it in the post-production sense. I'm more of like a build it first, like set it up, knock it down kind of guy. Other people like the intricacies of going through frame by frame when it's over. I get so bored with that shit. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. Anyway. But yeah, no, that's is that, am I dramaing again? No, I'm not dramaing. I'm not doing nothing. No, I'm not doing nothing, man. I'm just chilling. Just pointing out. You know who else had a codec? Superman. Oh, and you talk about drama. There you go. Rational here says, you could have gotten a DV tape to DVD converter. Dude, do you have any idea, like, just how fucked that is? A DV tape to DVD converter. Like, you're, at that point, if anything fucks up, you're, like, breaking a disc. And those discs back 20 years ago were expensive. All right. You could get a mini DV tape, I think, for like $15 to $20, but you could reuse it. So, it was always better to just capture in the camera and then just plug it into the computer and do it that way. If you got a DV tape to DVD converter, you're talking like way more time investment. You know what I mean? Way more time investment in just trying to get the files onto your hard drive. It wasn't worth it at all. So Shiny asking, am I excited for Superman? No. I mean, like, yeah, sure, whatevs. I'll watch it. I got my ticket for it. I'm hoping to be impressed. If I'm impressed, then cool beans. If not, then it is what it is. I am seeing Jurassic Park in a little less than 24 hours. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow night. I've got my ticket already set, and it's so funny. I got an email from the theater today, and they're like, just to let you guys know, the 12:01 a.m. screening is actually Tuesday night, not Wednesday. And I'm laughing at that because it's been so long since midnight screenings were a thing, right? The midnight release of a movie was a thing, that they've now started to let people know, like, oh, no, you have to, no, here's how you do it. Don't come in Wednesday. You're going to miss it. You got to come in Tuesday night, and that's going to be the thing. So I think that's really fucking funny, to be honest with you, because it shows you exactly how far removed from everything that we've been. Honestly, I think the last time I went and saw the midnight release of a movie, the 12:01 a.m. showing, was Iron Man 1 back in 2008. And even then, they had started showing the movie at 7 p.m. that night. They still had a midnight show, which is the tickets that I bought. And I took my kid sister to go see it. But it was one of those things where it was already, like they had already put the movie out at 7. And then now we got them starting, I think, at like 2. And then I'm pretty sure, give it a couple years, they're going to start showing the movie at 10 a.m. on a Thursday. And then they're going to go, you know what? Let's just start doing midnight on a Wednesday. And then they're just going to keep moving it and moving it and moving it. And they're going to wrap it all into Friday because everything is trying to push the box office opening weekend numbers to be like more stacked. And that's kind of what's happening with anything. Like, you know, Jurassic World was giving away screenings to get word of mouth up there. And that could have something to do with the review scores not being the greatest, but still, I don't know. Yeah, Rational. Yeah, back then the kind of tech was just super limited. You know, even back when we were shooting on mini DV and we had to get I forget the name of the Adobe program, but there was an Adobe program that you could use to burn DVDs. And like even then you'd be amazed at how many we would think that would get encoded correctly. Nope. They'd fuck up and then you lose the DVD. It's like, you know, when people started getting the DVD rip software, you know, and they would rent movies from Netflix, and then they would go like, all right, let's do this from Netflix, and then we're just gonna rip the disc. It's like even then, you know, you're gambling. You're very much gambling. And nowadays, you know, we don't have any of that anymore. It's kind of sad. I'll be honest with you. No, it's not Fourth. It's not Adobe Audition. Audition is the Audition, unless they changed Audition to being the audio stuff. I don't remember that. Shiny here says I miss burning VCDs. Hell yeah. Yeah, I used to get God damn, man. I remember when The Mummy Returns came out in the summer of 2001. And I wanted to get a bootleg of it, right? Because it came out in the beginning of May, I think. And then I think that's when it came out. Either way, it was 2001. And there was a copy of it online, and it was two discs, right? So I had to download the discs, and I didn't have the storage space on my PC at the time to like, this is like early 2000s, right? Like hard drive space was still pretty nominal or minimal. And so I'm like, what do I do? How do I get this? And instead of just being smart and like downloading one disc, burning it, and then like getting the second disc and burning it when I had the room, I asked my friend if I could transport like a whole bunch of digital photos that were like my stepdad's, like from, because he was a photographer, and send it over to a friend of mine. I'm like, through ICQ, you know? And then just so I could get it, I could download it, and then I could burn it, and then I would get the files back. Well, my stepdad, in the process of doing this, found out that I had sent over the files, and he was fucking furious because he was like, yeah, I use those for, you know, work and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, don't worry, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow and shit. It was fucking funny as shit, man. Well, yeah, okay, so here we go. Yeah. Adobe Encore. Thank you, Fourth. Yeah, it was Adobe Encore. Yeah, okay, Command Unit here for 2. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Sent you an AI 40K animation. Yeah, we'll take a look at that, man. I'm watching AI stuff tonight. A lot of cool shit going on. Did I enjoy your AMA question? Well, it's kind of like not anonymous if you're out there saying like, it's you. Yeah, I did. I knew it was you, but I don't even, dude, like fucking, I don't know what happened tonight. I don't know I don't even know if the notification went out for doing the premiere for the podcast. Cause like I took a look at it and it was like maybe like 12 people were watching. And I'm like, damn, that's really fucking low. But whatever it is, man. I don't know. I may not do. I like the idea of the premieres because the premieres allows for people to you guys to chat and whatever else. But I just may drop the premiere. And I will fully admit, man, I can't do these fucking 55-minute episodes. Like those are just long. I gotta fucking shorten it up a little bit. Anyway, Parallax here bringing up a thing. I know, right? I know. This is a funny thing from our pal Parallax here. There was a tweet that came out today that compared me to Nerdrotic, right? And this is from a sane individual, apparently. This is from a person who, you know, apparently, like, has an education and, like, understands that I'm not grifting for the sake of grifting. I'm not lying to people because I'm trying to make money on the internet. I'm merely voicing my opinion, and that's it. show me something better, and I will give you a better answer. We saw a little clip today with some good chemistry between characters, which I thought was good. And so anyway, I got compared to Gary, to Nerdrotic. And yeah, I'm sorry, I've never dealt meth to kids. So that's a very odd comparison, and kind of a loser one too, right? Kind of a loser comparison. I expected better, I mean, I can't say that I'm like super disappointed because I'm not surprised at the lack of, the lack of ingenuity on insults, I guess. It's kind of more like just, all right, say shit to say shit. Well, I mean, he's good at that. Anyway. Yeah, someone, you know who compared me to Nerdrotic. Anyway. Hey, what's up, Jess? How you doing, buddy? Thank you. It could have been your question. No, Parallax, it wasn't, because H-Bart sent it first. I know that. If you said something after, like way early in the afternoon, I would have not got to it, so I can get to it tomorrow. H-Bart's here says, for any future DC film, can Gunn fuck off from marketing? God, wouldn't that be nice? And I mean, like, again, I like Gunn, but like he's just in so much fucking over his head with this thing. It's bad. It's really bad. Like, because it's not only is he juggling everything right? Like, I saw a video today where someone was complaining that Gunn hadn't read the Batman Part 2 script yet, right? And I'm like, all the hype, all the hubbubaloo about getting the script done, you figure he would have read it. However, he is doing a worldwide press tour for his new movie, which opens in like 9 days or 11 days, right? So as a result of that, it's like, yeah, he's a little bit busy. I get that, right? And then if you're going to read the screenplay and really try to invest your time into the screenplay and really try to get down what it's saying, then yeah, I can understand that. I can understand not committing to something just yet, because you're not looking at this as like I'm just another filmmaker reading my buddy's script to give back my feedback. This is like, I'm running a studio, and I've got to make sure that the screenplay is going to be able to hit the 4 quadrants that we need for it to be a success. I mean, never mind the fact that it's Batman and, that kind of prints money. At the same time, it's very much the idea there that he's got to look at it through the lens of a executive, not necessarily just a creative. And he did admit apparently that what is it? Safran read it, but gave no thoughts beyond that. So, I don't know if it's sane to sell an Xbox for a console made for babies and soy boys. Yeah, I don't know, man. Now, I will admit though, today I did kind of do a little Nintendo Switch 2 shopping. I had gift cards that were expiring at Best Buy. So I bought Hitman World of Assassination for the Switch 2. And I'm excited to go through those on the Switch, especially when I'm mobile. I love those fucking games. So I have them on now Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. So IOI has gotten my money triple fold. And then I was looking around on Nintendo's website today, and they had Postal Redo, the Redux of Postal, for $3.49. I had to get it. It's the same price I paid for the Hong Kong Massacre, which is actually quite a bit of fun to play, and it's really good on the Switch. So I'm gonna be playing some Postal Dose or Postal. I just got to make sure my kids don't click on that and be like, "Oh, Dad, what'd you get here?" Because they're not gonna like it. And then also I was looking around. I don't know why, man. I just was like, what'd be fun to do is to get like a Monster Hunter game, one to play with the kids, one that is accessible. And I remember hearing about that Monster Hunter Rise game that popped up on the Nintendo Switch a while back, and I looked into it. It got some good reviews, and it's accessible for people who are like new to the Monster Hunter world. It's not as hardcore as Wilds or World, I think. I'm like, but it's like, it was on Nintendo's website yesterday for $39.99. And then I was just looking around today and on the sales, and they had it down to $19.99 with the expansion. And this expansion is $30 and the game is $30. So you're getting like a $60 game for $20, right? With all that stuff. So I got that. That's downloading right now, and I'll be working on that later on. I know there's no Hitman fucking for a while, man. I do love it. Postal, you better have the child safety on. That curse game is fucked. I know. Motherfucker, I was around when that shit dropped. I remember getting the goddamn fucking demo for that game. You know, I'm a huge fan. All right. Zap here. Love the comment, buddy. Thank you. DC is in a better place than it has been for the last decade. Not yet proven. Why do you have these delusions about James Gunn's role? There's no evidence that he's over his head. I mean, it's a speculation. But let's just for the sake of quickly, relitigating this argument, of which case I've explained in detail. I don't know how many times now. I know you're here, Zap. Like, if you're complaining about what I'm saying, then you're not listening to what I'm saying. So I'll just simplify it. James Gunn is a creative, okay? Writer, director, usually what he is. Now he's writer, director, producer, co-studio head. So everything that he does is now about the greater good of the studio, which means he has to look at movies, television, video games. Okay, he has to then write and direct movies for that particular franchise. Or in the case of Peacemaker Season 2, he's also the writer, creator, director, producer of that franchise. Now, is he directing every episode? No, but he is directing at least one or two episodes, if not directing more than just that. We won't know till later on when the movie or when the show comes out. He is producing Supergirl, albeit he hasn't gone to set, so that's pretty good. He's been able to kind of be more hands-off on that one, giving it to Craig Gillespie. But he still has to pay attention to the dailies coming on in from Supergirl, the dailies coming on in from Lanterns. He's developing the Wonder Woman script. Clearly, there's the Batman Brave and the Bold. There's also Creature Commando Season 2, of which I'm assuming that he's probably writing as well. So he's working on that. Peacemaker Season 3, potentially, if they're going to keep going with that. I mean, come on, man. The list goes on and 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 on ad infinitum. So you're telling me that a guy who is a gifted filmmaker is now in charge of a whole new universe, something he's never done before, something he's never, ever, ever done before, and he's got to manage it all in order to help it make money, to shepherd it, to guide it, to make money. Now, he gets to flex the creative muscle, which is great. But make no mistake, the motherfucker is still heavily, heavily involved in the day-to-day operations of running a studio. So yes, he is in absolutely over his head right now because he is juggling Superman, Peacemaker, Supergirl, Lanterns, Creature Commandos, whatever else they're working on that we don't know about, while at the same time being in every single piece of marketing that's not a clip from the movie and putting himself front and center more so than David fucking Cornsweat, who is playing the character of Superman. And we just got a couple instances of really shitty CGI VFX shots that should not have gone out, that were going across his desk, that he, by his own admission, must have slipped through the cracks. I'm paraphrasing. Or must have got away from him is, I think, more the accurate response to what he said. Like, we just had the panty shot from Lois Lane, right? There's the panty shot. I mean, that shouldn't have gone out there. I don't know if that's his fault. Occam's razor says that it's probably just a accident, but still, this is the stuff that he is not only involved in, but responsible for. So, yes, he is 100% in over his head. Okay, Zap, you can, I don't understand. This is what I don't get, buddy. This is what I don't get. I'm trying to understand you. I truly am. You're saying that you've heard my points, but they make no sense. I literally just for the last 2-3 minutes laid out everything. What that if you listen to everything I just said and you're still like, that makes no sense, I can't help you, buddy. I want to, but I can't. I don't know what to say to explain it to you in a manner that you're going to understand when this is just standard studio executive stuff. This is a person who is running a business, running a company. You have to look at it through that lens, through that perspective. All right, your fanboyism is blinding you to the facts of what is going on. And it's not you, it's a lot of people. All right, it's a lot of people that have very much certain kinds of goggles on. I guess to quote James Gunn, hypnotic goggles, you know? So they don't see what's really happening because they're not shown it. Very similar to the They Live glasses. Absolute James Gunn. Yes, make that a comic. Make that a comic. Okay, hold on here. Do you really believe that the last 10 years of divisiveness, controversy, and bad storytelling and studio interference will be better than the James Gunn era? I think that all of those things fall back on the studio. Because I don't know about you, but I've seen Man of Steel, I can't tell you how many times. I've seen Batman v Superman about the same. Justice League I've only seen once. I've seen Zack Snyder's Justice League a couple of times. It's long, that's why. And I think the stories are very thoroughly done and well thought out. Right? When we got the extended edition of Batman v Superman, a lot of it made sense that, quite frankly, had been removed at the behest of a studio executive who wanted to fit another showtime during the day. So if they would have left that 30 minutes in, we'd be celebrating Zack Snyder's Justice League 3 by now and would have already gone on to the next iteration by now. But yeah, the last, not 10 years, my friend, but quite frankly, 12 years of studio interference and constantly changing hands. How many parent companies did Warner Brothers have? When a parent company comes in, guess what happens? Everything gets changed. Just like what happened when Warner Brothers Discovery hired James Gunn and Peter Safran to be the co-heads of DC Studios, which is their own vertical to Warner Brothers. It's not under the purview of Warner Brothers Films. So they are running this themselves. They are completely running a brand new studio inside of Hollywood at a time when studio work is fucking in trouble. So yeah, this is the stuff that's happening. Like, I can't be any more clearer. If I can, please tell me. I really want to know. I love this here. No, Zach's poor vision and storytelling did not hurt the franchise. Are you kidding me? Do you know how many people actually started to like Superman after Man of Steel? It was a good adventure movie with a character that was learning what it meant to be human, having both of his fathers sacrifice themselves for him to protect him, and then him needing to come into the spotlight when the time was right. Right? There's a lot there that was more grounded and more realistic and more honest about what it means to be a parent, about what it means to protect your child. And everyone out there, not everyone, a lot of people fucking love Man of Steel. And a lot of people love Batman v Superman because, again, I can give you stats, I can give you data. Okay, summer of 2016, June 2016, extended cut of BVS comes out on digital. 1 month later, it hits home video, spends 5 weeks at number 1 in Blu-ray and DVD, followed immediately by The Killing Joke, which is there for like 4 weeks. The movie made a lot of money on home video because people bought it because they liked it. But because the damage had already been done by that executive wanting 30 minutes cut out of that fucking movie, a lot of the plot structure and key plot points from the first and second act ended up getting removed, which caused confusion. And the average film goer who was a fan of this was like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. And if they didn't get it, the general audience didn't get it either. And so, yes, that was not Zack Snyder's fault. When we got to see Zack Snyder's completed vision, it made a lot more sense. And it was a lot better. Just like when we got the 4-hour Zack Snyder Justice League cut, holy fucking shit, it was really fucking good. A lot more in-depth, a lot more nuance, a lot more things to say. So yeah, his storytelling was not the problem. Not at all. I'm sorry you feel that way, but I mean, I don't. I wish James Gunn the best of luck. Truthfully, I want to see what he's cooking with. But everything I've seen so far is really just not doing it for me. Superman going into the Fortress of Solitude to going like, hey, Superman robots. What the fuck's up with this dog shit? And then you've got K2SO. I'm sorry, Superman robot number 1, voiced by Alan Tudyk in the same style, tone, and cadence as K2SO, delivering pithy dialogue and cynical dialogue about how he doesn't care if a dog lives or dies. Oh, right, very similar to K2SO from fucking Andor, which, by the way, we just got that, the setup and conclusion of that about 2 months ago in a much better presentation. So, I mean, I'm just saying. The Martha scene makes, oh my God. I don't even know how to, okay, yeah. If you don't get the Martha scene, I guess it's just like, you don't understand that movie. Like, you just don't understand that movie, right? Yeah, okay, I get it. You don't get it. That's fine. That's okay. That's all right. That's okay. H. Bart's here, thank you. Says, Zap, former Warner Brothers president, said all of Zack's films were very profitable besides Sucker Punch. It's show business, not show critics. That's right. Zack Snyder's movies made over almost $4 billion for Warner Brothers. They pulled in money. All right. Like, in 300 was pretty damn successful based on the $65 million budget. You know, Watchmen did pretty good. BVS was almost, was coming up on 900 million, would have easily crossed $1 billion had it not been for the sloppy fucking edit demanded by an executive. Show us your Marvel checks for all this nonsense you speak. And I don't think he's being paid. So, again, the Martha scene is like at a bird's eye view, I can understand the corniness of it. But when you look at it through the nightmares that Bruce was having throughout the course of that movie, the references to his mom, the gravesite having Martha written there, they were setting the stage for that reveal. The fact that the two key people in the DC Comics pantheon of characters both have a mom with the same fucking name is kind of crazy. And Martha's not a common name. Dude, my mom, her name is Terrell. She's named after my grandfather, Terrence, or Terry, right? Terrell is not a unique name. You know how many women I've met with the name Terrell? One other one. Just one. So it's like names in those situations can, like, again, they use that as a way. In that moment, Batman was manipulated by Lex Luthor to view Superman as an alien that he needed to kill, because that's how he protects the world. And that's exactly, by the way, what Lex Luthor kind of wants to do with Superman in this movie. Just saying, at least wants to make the world hate him, right? Like a troll. Gee, I wonder where James Gunn got that idea from. Anyway, but in the moment when he has Superman beat, when he has the ability in that moment to go through on what he believes is the right thing to do in that moment, killing this threat, because he doesn't understand it. He doesn't comprehend, because of his rage, because of his, you could say, xenophobia, right? Because he doesn't understand what Superman is. And after what happened at the events of Man of Steel with the destruction of Metropolis and him being there when that happened, it shaped his entire worldview of who this person is. And in that moment, when he had the ability to strike, when he had the ability to end this menace, the first thing Superman says, the only thing, is just save Martha, because he was there to try to get Bruce's help to save his mom. And that's why he's like, why'd you say that name? Right? Because it all comes flooding back. All the walls come crashing down. Everything that Bruce felt guilty for, the fact he couldn't save his parents, the fact that they died right in front of him and he spent all these years trying to fight back against the darkness, but also becoming consumed by it. In that moment, it all comes crashing down and he's like, your mother's not going to die tonight. And then we get the single best Batman moment of all fucking time. That fucking warehouse scene, dude. is so goddamn good. And like when he busts through the wall and he grabs the one guy and KGB agent is like, I'm gonna shoot her, and he's like, I believe you, and he fucking shoots the tank and he saves her and takes them all out. Fuck yeah, man. That's him getting the same goddamn fucking moment Andrew Garfield did at the end of No Way Home when he saved MJ from the fate he couldn't save Gwen Stacy from. It's the exact same character moment, the exact same emotional fucking cue. But I'm sorry you think that the scene is terrible. Anyway. You know what, Andrew? You're a fucking retard. Shut the fuck up. All you do is snip, snip, snip like a little fucking dog. Like a little fucking border collie. You probably get excited and pee your pants when your parents come home and say, hey, you didn't die today. Congratulations. It is. Thank you, Music Man. Thank you. This is why I say people who fucking, like, legitimately, like, people out there who are, like, just completely, like, enamored, like, they don't get it. They just don't get it. I'm like, again, it's a whole idea. You can lay it out point for point, beat for beat, moment by moment, frame by frame, explain it in the most, like, I don't know, monosyllabic detail. So even like a child that is, you know, wearing a helmet in a fucking playground can fucking get it. And they're going to be like, oh, you know, look, if you don't like it, that's fine. But just say you don't like it. Just say you don't like it. You cannot deny the emotional arc of the scene, the emotional arc of the character, and everything else that came before, because it's laid out clear as day in this movie. And it's one of the reasons why that moment, upon reflection, knowing the context, is far more powerful. You can still not like it, but to act like it doesn't have importance or it's not well played, I think that's ridiculous. Tony Maguire sucks as Spider-Man. Oh, fucking shit, Fourth. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'll come on. Tobey Maguire just turned fucking, what's it called? Fucking 50. Yeah, I'm going to insult you because you got so mad at me when I unfollowed RJ and he began crying about it that you came to me bitching in fucking DMs about it. And I explained to you, and you still didn't want to get it because you don't get it. You just don't get it. So I'm done with you. Okay, like I blocked you. Be gone. Yes, dude. Okay, thank you, Jess. So today, for example, I took my kids to a children's museum, and then on the way we were going to go to Costco, go get dinner, and then after that, as we're on our way, my daughters were just like, "Can we listen to the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack?" I'm like, all right. So we just put on, and the fucking songs are bangers. And we were gonna watch it again tonight, but we ended up not having time. And tomorrow I've got to go get certification through the Department of Transportation. So yay me. Fourth, Casala's gonna have a Martha moment over me saying Toby sucks. Oh man, I like Toby though. Don't tell me that they're sipping for the Saja boys. My 7-year-old was singing Soda Pop today. She was singing Soda Pop today, but we ended up listening to the Huntrix songs more. Dude, fucking Takedown was awesome. Danny here says, "I'm lifting weights. I hate moving. I don't. Are you actually moving?" Andrew here says, nice try for it. Andrew, you used to fucking get so mad on like Max's stream if anyone said anything negative about Spider-Man or Toby. You would lose your mind over it. And after all of these years, because it's been, 3.5 years since No Way Home came out, you finally calmed down about it. Cool. But still, is anyone else live right now that you can go to? I don't know. Tony says, I can rewatch Man of Steel, but BVS I can only watch the Batman warehouse scene. I would say watch it again. Just like as like looking at the Martha thing as like look for the subtext. As the movie's progressing, look for the subtext. I think it might be a little bit better for you. Kettlebell. All right. See, I like kettle corn. That's why I'm fat and diabetic. Parallax says he would always battle me in the old Huad lives. Remember, he talked about getting angry at his dad. Oh, yeah. That was funny. That was pretty funny. Yeah. Brational here says, I hate people who only read All-Star Superman and watched Superman 78 and think they know everything about DC Comics. I mean, listen, man, I'll fully admit, I've been honest. My knowledge of Superman comes from like the movies, the animated series, the animated movies, and then the live action stuff. I don't read comics because I don't care. I've been honest and open about that many times. But everything I say, everything I criticize, everything I critique, it always boils down to the fucking same thing. I'm talking about cinematically. I'm talking about the movies. I don't give a shit if you want to pull out a deep cut from an obscure 1962 Silver Age Superman comic where he's got fucking hypnotic glasses. It's the dumbest thing to fucking sit there and get people to go like, well, why aren't people recognizing that Clark is really Superman? Oh, he's got the hypnotic glasses. It's canon in the Silver Age. How about the fact that, look at, since everyone likes to talk about Christopher Reeve, let's talk about Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve, as fucking Clark, was a doofus, was a massive doofus. Oh, gee, I don't know about that, Miss Lane. Oh, clumsy, falling all over himself, everything else. Look at the scene in the original film when they go into the alleyway and the guy tries to mug him and whatnot, and then Clark, like, they do the thing and the guy shoots the gun and Clark flies back and she's like, oh my God, are you okay? And he's like, oh gee, I think I'm fine, Miss Lane, and then like she gets up or whatever and we see him kind of like smirk because like we know, right? It's a nod to the audience and he opens up his hand and he's got the bullet right there. Like he's playing a part. He's playing two parts. Everything we've seen, even that scene today when they're at the fucking Daily Planet and they're talking with him about like Superman and everything else and the Hammer of Bavaria, whatever the Belarvia, whatever the hell it's called. And, and you listen to him talk. Now I'm not too sure if it's him subconsciously going into Superman voice because he is, he's like, well, no, wait, it's like, well, we don't know what he did. Right. But he's like defending himself because this Superman, like, I love it. The Superman is actually like all ego, which is great actually, because it's going to get him in some serious shit and that's going to make him vulnerable and that's going to be interesting. But the more you have to look at it from the perspective of like this Superman, for all intents and purposes, is a bit of a bitch. He's a bit of a bitch, right? Now, what I mean by that is not that like, oh, saving people and helping humanity makes him a bitch. That's not the case. What makes him a bitch is the fact that he's like he's so ruled by his ego. Okay. And again, just look at the scenes where he's talking to Lois. Okay. Like, okay, yeah, let's do this interview. Okay. Like, Miss Lane, you entered this country illegally. Yeah, but I stopped a war. Like, yeah, but you entered the country illegally. Yeah, but I stopped a war. Maybe. No, I stopped the war. Superman don't tweet or whatever the fuck the line was. That's definitely riffing on the whole like machete shit from the original 2010 movie and whatnot. With Danny Trejo and all this stuff. And then like he gets mad and he's yelling at her like he's going to like lose his cool and fucking just pummel her to death in the room and shit, because his ego takes over. And then you watch this scene where they're in the fucking Daily Planet and they're talking about the effectiveness of Superman and the effect, and how much damage there is. And he gets fucking really defensive about it because everything he is led by ego. That does not a good character make initially. And he's 2-3 years in on the job at this point, so he is 100% being led by ego, and that's going to lead to his downfall in a number of ways. Luthor is going to probably use that against him. Hence why, if Corn Sweat says that they're wearing the trunks on the outside because he wants it to be like something non-threatening to children and to get people to like him by looking like a fucking circus clown. Okay. All right. And then you find out like, oh, he's going to like have all the social media stuff to be able to, criticize the image of Superman and destroy him by manipulating things that Superman has either said or things said about Superman or whatever, right? The same shit that happened to James Gunn. This movie is very introspective to James in regards to it's him living out a power fantasy, getting revenge against those who went against him in 2018. That's what this movie is. Like, make no mistake about it. That's what this movie is. This movie is some form of therapy for James Gunn, where he has put himself in the main character syndrome of being Superman. And you can see this by all the marketing that he's done and how he's in every bit of the marketing. All right. Like, is this a James Gunn movie? You know, is this Superman or is it James Gunn's Superman? And that's a lot of what it is. And I'm not like talking shit. Writers will put themselves into these situations, right? They write themselves into these, you know, into their own power fantasies. They'll do that. And so I'm wondering how much therapy James, I'm sure he went through therapy after what happened, but this is something he definitely based around himself. Like 100,000 million%. This is based on him. Whether or not he'll admit it, I don't know. But look at some of the nuances that we've seen just from some of the marketing, just from some of the clips, and from things that he has said. And it's really interesting to see how that's going to play out. RJ, I don't get, dude, why the fuck are you on my nuts, man? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm over here doing my own thing. And you're over on fucking Twitter comparing me to Nerdrotic. All right, because I say something. If I tweet something that has nothing to do with you, you are just like Donovan. You are obsessed, and it's becoming deranged, and it's becoming odd, and it's becoming creepy, and it's becoming something that like is really kind of telling of where you are on a maturity level. Like, I'll talk a lot of shit, joke around about a lot of shit, but that's it. I'm not looking to engage with you. I didn't talk to you on Perp Stream earlier. I jumped in for a little bit. Then I was falling asleep, so I left. Then I went and got dinner, and now I'm here, and you can't help. You can't help it. We're having a conversation. I'm laying out my thoughts and my opinions. You cannot help coming over here. You have absolutely no, you have no reason to be here outside of the fact that you are just, I don't know, lonely, and you miss me. I don't know. I don't get it, right? Like, I don't like you. I don't want you here. I don't want you around. I don't like the fact that we share friend groups, because that way I have to fucking either deal with you or see you, which I don't want to do. I think you're manipulative. I think you're a liar. I think you have actively pitted friends against each other. I think you've caused more harm than you could ever possibly fucking imagine. I don't know if you do it because you're bored. I don't know if you do it because you're a sociopath. I don't know if you know that you've been a piece of shit. And I'm going personal on this because it's true, because you've affected me personally. I've lost friends because I backed you. I made poor choices on that front. I don't want you here. I don't want you in my ecosystem. I walked away from you, and you're acting like a fucking jilted ex. I'm not your friend. I'm not your brother. I'm not even your enemy. I'm just a fucking person who knew you at one point in time and now doesn't want anything to do with that. I want this movie to come the fuck out and be done and over with so that I can see it. I can get out of my fucking system. And then I have no reason under any circumstance to see your fucking name popping up in some fucking DC account tweet. And I don't even know, again, I want nothing to do with you. But you're comparing me to a fucking meth dealer. So fuck you for that. All right. So fuck you for that one. But please, by all means, be gone. Thank you. Okay. And I just hit him. He's gone. All right. Somebody that you used to know, yeah. That's true. But everything I'm saying about him is true. About RJ is true. It's true. It's true. I thought about it over the weekend. I worked like 54 fucking hours. A lot of that time was alone. I was kind of thinking about it, you know, and I realized like in my aftermath of what happened to me, I've kind of been looking for like my tribe. You know what I'm saying? My peeps, my people. And, you know, like, I know that I'm not the easiest person to get along with. I understand that. I have a lot of deep-rooted opinions, and I am very stubborn about a lot of things. But I do like to feel like I'm fair. I like to feel that I'm honest and that I'm fair. And that I'm always open for debate. I'm always open for discussion and all these things. The problem, though, is that, like, I also harbor anger. And I harbor a lot of it over what happened all those years ago. Now, by and large, I've let a lot of it go because I've had to, right? I move on. I got my kids. They're older. I've got a job I like. I'm still trying to rebuild where I can rebuild. You know, it's like when you've lost everything you've built, which took a long time to build and you thought was going to be your forever job. And then it all goes away practically overnight and you're stuck with like a mortgage and kids and, you know, everything else. And like, fuck you. Now you got to recalibrate. You allow yourself to kind of, you know, I guess, go to whomever will take you. Because I lacked the self-esteem at the time. And so what happened with that was that's where I met Louis Lecca, right around the time I got canceled. And he was okay with it. He was cool with it. But through him, I met Andy Signore, right? And I met Max through that as well. And then Max and Andy went at it. And I knew that Andy was being a piece of shit, so I backed Max. And in the process of that, I lost Louis, like one of the only fucking people that actually stood by me during all the fucking shit. But he chose Andy on that situation, and there are certain things I couldn't let go of, right? And I mean, with Andy, I think I've been proven 100% fine on that one. I mean, the guy's sending, you know, fucking jack-off vids to women in his audience, you know, while holding a Popcorn Planet branded fucking sticker on his phone. You know what I mean? Like, okay. And then, you know, I met Max, and then through Max, I met like RJ and everybody else, you know. And Max and I were fine for a long time, you know, but then again, this Snyder shit, man, this fucking Snyder shit. This is not even, I think it's like Superman. It's like, it got so intense. You had pandemic and everything else going on, you know, and then just kind of kept bubbling and bubbling and bubbling and bubbling and bubbling, you know, and I get it, right? People, whatever. And so I started, you know, doing the Hollywood After Dark live streams in 2021 when I fell down that flight of stairs and fractured my back in 3 spaces. And I enjoy doing it. I enjoy talking about movies. I fucking love talking about movies, but it's also nice to have people to talk to. So, you know, there's RJ, and he's always around, and he's willing to talk, and he's, you know, he's informed, and he's, you know, funny to talk to and everything else. I don't think RJ's a bad guy. I don't. But I don't want to deal with him anymore, right? This is like this, whatever the Superman thing is that he's doing has not only alienated me, but a number of other people. But that's fine. He's met new friends, and so he's okay with that. But, you know, the Max situation started degrading. I had nothing to do with any of it. Enosh was losing his fucking shit. I had nothing to do with any of that, right? I got mad at Enosh, and because I felt like he was fucking lying through his teeth over the fucking Snyder stuff. The same reason that fucking Mikey Sutton was doing the same shit. You know, and it's like different reasons, right? Mikey wanted fame and money and, you know, to sell his comic book. So he started gassing up all these guys over the Snyder shit. And we all knew it wasn't going to happen, you know. And then there's RJ, by the way. Like, I don't watch those guys, but RJ, he did. He totally did. He would go in and he would just watch. And then he would send video clips to the DM group. And he would, you know, do all that kind of stuff, right? Like take screenshots, or he'd jump on in when, you know, and he'd be like, oh, you guys won't believe what they're talking about over there. And then I, like an idiot, because I didn't like those guys either, I'd go live and we'd point and we'd laugh at that, right? A lot of that, I'd say probably 95% of all of that shit was something that was put on by RJ. And me being an idiot was like, yeah, this is fun to kind of talk shit about these chuds. It's pretty funny. That's not building up a brand. That's not rebuilding my career. It's spinning my wheels and playing in the shit. But I didn't care because it was fucking funny. You know what I mean? It was just fucking funny. I was just like trying to hold on and like, you know, build up an audience. But I realized that like the chud stuff, it's not, I don't know how people fucking do it. I don't get it. I don't understand how the fuck they do it. right? You're hate watching people. I don't want to hate watch people. I don't hate watch anyone. I mean, Christ all fucking mighty, all of this Superman discourse it got me checking out Aaron Fisher videos and going like, yeah, this dude's insane, but he's making one or two good points every once in a while. And it's like, that's kind of scary because I know this dude is nuts. But that is how bad the other side has gotten. That is how crazy the other side has gotten. That people like Aaron fucking Fisher come across sounding more rational. Like, that's scary. And that's another reason why I don't really engage with this shit unless it's brought to my doorstep. And who the fuck do you think brought it to my goddamn doorstep? It wasn't Max. It wasn't Saggy. It wasn't Chris. It was RJ. All of that shit, all of that stuff, I don't engage with it on a personal level. I don't watch it. I don't watch it. I really don't. I don't get into the drama stuff, you know, but it got brought to my fucking door and I ran with it. And that's my mistake. That's something I was thinking about heavily over this weekend. It was like, that's my mistake. Is that I allowed myself to play stupid fucking childish bullshit antics because these are people that I don't like. And therefore I wasn't even going to look at them as if they were fucking humans. Because fuck them. Why should I? They're liars. They're grifters. Right? They're toxic. They're, you know, whatever. They deserve to be called out. And while all that may be true to some extent, it doesn't mean I'm the person to fucking do it. And I'm definitely not the person to like allow myself to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not the person, like, I shouldn't have been the person to allow myself to do it. But it is what it is. You know? There are people that got mad at me when I stopped talking about chud content. Like, legit. Like, why aren't you talking about, why aren't you covering your erotic? Why aren't you looking at Critical Drinker? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? It's like, because, you know, I had that debate with Jeremy. And I crushed him. I fucking crushed him. And it dawned on me at that point that these guys would never actually act in good faith about anything, ever. They'd never want to discuss the true merits of a situation. They just want to play to their echo chamber because that's where they get their, I don't know, money, importance. They get their ego filled. They get that emotional jack off, right? They get that kind of shit. And if you look at the stuff, and I do implore you, go look at RJ's Twitter and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. He has become the exact same fucking thing. Right? Earlier, I got sent a link about him comparing me to Nerdrotic, and I'm laughing. So I just checked his Twitter feed, and legit's going like, I can't believe I'm seeing Superman in 9 days. Holy shit. And then everything else is just a repost, posting, whatever. It's like, dude, come on, man. Like, no one's this excited. You know what you're doing. And the thing is, RJ is calculating. He's calculating, he's manipulative, and he knows what he's doing. And good for him for that. That's a skill. That's a skill. It's a skill. Like, legit. You know, it'll go far if he knows how to hone it correctly. Rather than feeding into the base instinct of trying to, I don't know, recapture like some fucking, you know, importance like the rest, you know, and I get that part I understand. But like, again, it's this whole idea of just like chasing the trends, chasing the crowd, chasing the audience, you know, and that's where I'm trying to think, like, the more I thought about it over the weekend, the more I'm just like, is anything he's ever said honest? How much were Saggy and I played? Right? When Saggy was having a fucking emotional breakdown because someone she trusted, RJ, was back hanging with Max, the person that she really heavily puts a lot of the blame on for going through that mental situation, she was furious at RJ because he went back to Max. You know? And like, I've been busy, so I wasn't really paying much attention about it, but her and I talked about it. And I still wasn't really thinking about it because I've just been so fucking busy. And I feel bad because Saggy was like in legit fucking anguish. you start seeing a pattern about who the key central figure is, you know? Like the Who is Kaiser Soze scene at the end of fucking Usual Suspects. And you start looking at who it is, and you're like, yeah, this is the main catalyst of the drama, right? He's everywhere all the time. Max's stream, Perp's stream here. Slav's stream, I guess, every once in a while. If you're live and he's home, he'll be on his phone. Like, I know he's on summer break, but it's like, bro, like, you are so balls deep in this. It is fucking rotting your brain. Like, I can't even begin to express to you how much this is fucking you up. This is your summer vacation away from your job, and you're cooped up all the time in your room unless you go see some movies. Other than that, you're home, and you're on your phone, and you're on a live stream for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But hey, what do I know? Right? Like, what do I know? Right? What the fuck do I know? Like, I have been around for fucking 13 years now. Anyway. Yeah, I agree, Music Man. It's all lame. It's all lame. Anyway. Zap here, member sticker. You don't remember what went down to me and RJ. It was mostly I got frustrated with RJ for being smug. And it was a bunch of different little things that kind of just like culminated with this. Like, I just got pissed off. Cause like, again, so like, look, earlier on when I was kind of being a bit of a dick, I apologize. You know, one of the things that I guess I hate is when I'm trying to explain something. And like, I have the OCD to the point of where like, I have to like explain in like detail because I don't like there being things left on the table. Like, legitimately, it drives me up the wall because I'm like, I need to get this out of me. But sometimes I maybe don't explain it always correctly. I don't know. In my brain, it comes across as like I keep repeating it, but whatever. Anyway, I was talking about something with Gun. RJ was just fucking doing his little needling shit, right? As per usual. And I was like, fuck it, I'm done. I got mad and I just unfollowed him on Twitter. And then I removed him as a follower on Twitter. And that was it. That was it. And then he gets out there and he gets mad. And I'm streaming and he comes in here and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you right now. And he doesn't leave it alone. And then he goes and he does a live stream where he like legitimately starts to fucking shed tears, which is terrible. And then I get Andrew Casali in my fucking DMs like fucking yelling at me over that shit as if I had any knowledge or I had any control. I simply was trying to set a fucking boundary of like, I don't want to engage right now. And then there's been a fair amount of pot shots back and forth, to be fair. We did talk about it on stream last week, but I refused to apologize for calling him by his first name. And then, you know, he starts fucking, you know, taking screenshots about shit on fucking Twitter, whatever. You know, again, like when the Batman 2 script came out, I was like, this is going to be kind of a bad thing for Superman. Like, here's why. And this is my thoughts and my opinion based upon what are arguably the fans more want is Batman and Superman. This might start taking over the conversation, you know, and it's already been popping up, right? Hey, James, have you read the Batman Part 2 script yet? Oh, no, I've been too busy. But you haven't read it yet? Come on, James, you got to read this stuff. You know, we're getting into that last week. So a lot more of those questions are going to pop up. And we're going to see lots of headlines about that because the Batman, the Batman is the Batman. People like Batman. Just the nature of the beast. Anyway, so yeah, and then again, it's just, you know, he's in his own little thing, and it's just like, whatever, man. All right, fine. I'm just not going to fucking deal with you. But then again, I go live. Here he comes. You know, I think I timed him out last week. He comes in with an alt account. You know, that's fine. Whatever, man. You know, I know he's still here, but it's true. It's like the source of so much trauma and pain and strife and annoyances and fucking just ugh. So much of it can be traced back to that boy. And I just don't need that shit in my life. Like me, don't like me, I don't fucking care. Okay? Like, I really do just want to talk fucking movies and, like, work on some stories that I can maybe try to get made into something down the road. And I think that would be a lot more fucking fun. Or watch AI shit. We kind of got derailed tonight by like an hour and 10 minutes. Yeesh. You know? I mean, to be fair, these streams oftentimes turn into movie talk anyway for a while. But that's what happened. And then Mo, thank you for the super sticker. Hey, did you listen to that shit I sent you? All right. Did you listen to that shit? I want to know what you think about that. Anyway. Yeah, you're right, Jess. You're right. Let's move along. Let's move along. So, okay. I want to take a look here at some AI shit. Because I like AI. And I'm maybe like one of the only people that's like, let's take a look at some of this crazy shit that's going on with artificial intelligence. All right. Where am I at here? Okay. Oh, I don't know if I brought that up. I'm just going to get this banner off the screen. There we go. So I found this over there on the Reddit. Let's see.
Found a little cactus button out here in the dust, eh? Gonna take a spiritual walk. Maybe talk to God. Or at least a horny ghost.
There he is, that no-good son of a biscuit-eating bastard. He's been following me since Tombstone. You want my gold, don't ya? Say goodbye, you leafy bastard! Turns out I declared war on a fucking saguaro. Peyote's a hell of a drug.
All right, not the most consistent. This is definitely a different visual style than this one. It looks a little bit similar, though. But this shot is definitely not the same guy. Again, Vio's not quite there yet. Oh, here we go. What is this? Now, I have no idea if this is a copyrighted song or not. Okay, so now that's a woman. Is this a man here or whatever the fuck it was? I think it's a man. Man. That's a lady. You can tell she's got the jumblies.
Pull on your jacket, meet me outside. Neon glows bright, it's a midnight ride. Electric wheels, they're calling your
Hey, it's Tron Ares.
We chase the future, never be the same. Turn the dial, feel the rush, it's clear. Run, play back, let's shift the gear.
Okay, so like the vocals don't necessarily match the voice, but I mean, granted, it is what it is. Still pretty fascinating though. Still pretty fascinating. Matt misgendering AI people. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, Mo. I'm not misgendering nothing. Did I watch the John Oliver on AI Slop? I actually didn't. But I did watch the one from this weekend. I thought was pretty good. From last night about the big beautiful bill. But I need to watch the AI Slop one, yeah. Hey, it's Mos Eisley.
I'll wake up just about now. It's caffeine.
All right. We don't need music videos. What's beyond? Oh my God, look at this. What the fuck? Oh, that looks like something out of Elden Ring. Oh, that's fucking horrifying. Horrifying. Oh, that's creepy. I love it. I fucking love it. Oh my God, that's actually fucking gnarly. Holy shit. Oh, wow. Cursed AI indeed. That was pretty dope. That was pretty solid. Oh, man. The only music I want to hear is from K-pop Demon Hunter. Seriously. If all K-pop was like that, I would absolutely be all over it in a heartbeat. Like, the music is super good. The movie's super good too. Like, it's such a fun little film to watch. You know what? I was really surprised at how much I liked it. You know, I was like really surprised with how much I enjoyed that movie. And I need to watch it again.
Hey, is butt cheeks all one word, or should I spread them apart?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, is
But like, it looks like, I know it says like TTS. Like, I think it's supposed to be like the Baptists, but it also could be like rapists as well. And he's kind of got that like weird, look at that. Like, what kind of shirt is that? But he's got the Chad vibe down. The duck is always watching. What is this one? What the hell's going on? All right.
These streets can be tough, real tough. We got a lot of wackos out there, and it's my job to keep this city safe.
SWAT monkey. Sometimes you just get the feeling it's gonna be one of those nights.
All units, be advised. We have a 1064 on the corner of 5th and Main.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
You ain't never gonna take me alive, you dirty pig monkey cop thing!
You really think you could outrun me, boy? Come on, officer. I ain't done nothing wrong. It was just a bit of weed selling. Where's the harm in that?
Another criminal scum brought to justice.
Come on, man. Let me out of here. Please?
Okay, so that last shot there really looked like fucking Fortnite. You know what I mean? Really looked like Fortnite. SWAT monkey was kind of funny. What's a good substitute for Chocodiles? Twinkies. I don't know. I just like Twinkies, man. I can't have them anymore because of diabetes, but fuck.
Daddy, all I do is open my fucking mouth and let God drive the meat puppet.
Y'all ain't the only married ones in this family.
What the fuck?
You don't count. No spawn.
Ooh, drag me. I like that. I don't have time for crotch goblins. I'm preserving this primetime rig. I'm not trying to end up all flappy and roast beefed like Amber's thrift store pastrami.
Can someone pass the fucking mustard?
Hey, don't bring my wife's tactical vaginal structure into church brunch, you donkey!
It's fine, babe. She's projecting.
What the fuck?
So who married you, Goofy or a churro vendor?
HA, burn. I'll allow it.
Why the fuck was that shit? Oh, man. Ah, this is pretty fucking funny. What's this one here? Make them laugh or make them believe?
Today. Really, today, after all I've done, you steal from me. What I do in my own time, that's nobody's business. Go ahead. Say that to my face again.
Is this whole family a joke to you?
Who leaked the plans? They will never know peace again. I will have the last laugh. I may be a clown, but you are the entire circus. Be a clown. Be a clown. All the world loves a clown.
Yeah, that did look like the clan from Spawn. That looks like Joker. The Violator. Yeah, there we go. Like, what the fuck? Monkeys and clowns, man. Monkeys and clowns. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Walk straight.
All right. I don't care about the fucking about music videos. I'm sorry. Like I'm interested about how like, Midjourney and Suno are going to work together, to be fair. Kind of curious, like, look at the visuals. How about that? Cuz okay, this is probably Midjourney. Yeah, this is Midjourney video Suno, but hold on. Is she actually
Heart.
Let's see.
Keep going. Shape up. Ship out.
Yeah, okay. So, it's visually it's pretty good. Shit. And it's all using I forget the name of it for Midjourney. It's like a consistency thing. But then they just have the song and they're just making visuals to that. So what is this?
With his cop buddies?
Yeah, like every damn episode.
What the fuck?
Wait, is this the Urkel show? I never saw a full episode.
How have you never seen Family Matters?
Are we mixing him up with Uncle Phil, or is that just me?
Just you. Kind of racist.
I think he might have been security.
At like a mall?
Are we sure we're thinking of the right show?
Wasn't he in Die Hard too? Same guy? He played a cop there?
Yeah, Reginald Bell Johnson.
My grandma loved that show. It was always on at her house.
I wasn't allowed to watch TV on school nights. Feels like I missed something.
Uniform jobs always seemed super stable. My parents were artists.
Is this like a documentary about people answering questions about
feels right. My cousin, he's police, always
about fucking Family Matters?
Your cousin joined the force because of Carl Winslow? My dad watched Family Matters constantly. Never laughed though. Just sat quietly. Felt weird. You know, I used to watch that with my sister every Friday night, TGIF.
Yeah, TGIF. Haven't heard that in forever.
Some of this
What
is
was that douchey alter ego? of
awkwardly realistic.
I don't know this show.
Eddie gets stopped by those racist cops, and Carl confronts him at the diner. He goes in plain clothes first, like a dad, not a badge. I related hard.
What about the grandma, Estelle? Like, there's that pool episode. She totally hustled those guys.
Yeah.
Robo Urkel.
Early AI trying to steal Carl's job.
Urkel learning to drive to impress Laura. Carl lectured him.
Yeah, but what was Carl exactly? A traffic cop?
That stupid Winslow house, it made me want a home. And now I'm drowning in a mortgage, trying to feel something.
Look, Carl being a cop normalized authority figures as deeply human, flawed, approachable.
But did that help, or just blur accountability?
Family Matters opened conversations we weren't having. Race, class, empathy.
Yeah, but Urkel's presence trivialized those same issues.
Carl tricked a generation into believing police brutality could be cuddly.
That's ridiculous. He showed that the police aren't monsters. Urkel became the stereotype. Society latched onto his nerdiness to dismiss black complexity.
He broke molds. Nerd culture opened up because of him.
We learned to mock vulnerability instead of embracing it.
That's the 90s fault, not Steve Urkel's.
Aren't they the same? Is it fair to judge past art by using current standards? I mean,
We're talking about Family Matters.
Family Matters never harvested personal data.
right, it was about ratings, not invasion.
To think, it all started with a black woman elevator operator on Perfect Strangers.
That had a good theme song, too.
Family Matters was better.
Please make sure I have your answers.
Okay, so Carl's definitely a cop.
Yeah,
Chicago PD.
Mailman, final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like a TV job.
Okay, that was actually like really good. You don't disrespect the 90s, bitch. That's true. They didn't bleak. That's it. That's some. I thought it was like more like they were like kind of having that self-realization while also very drunk. But that was pretty fucking funny. Rational here says, A has gotten even more realistic in the last year. Crazy if you would have shown me this 10 years ago, I would have told you and told me it was AI, I would have laughed in your face. Exactly. Would people sell their likenesses for it? I mean, yeah. Yeah, they will. They absolutely will. I got to admit though, that was actually pretty good. Cause it felt like, I mean, cause I grew up in the 90s. I grew up watching TGIF. I grew up watching all that shit. So for me, it was like, yeah, like, you know, I like the conversations. I thought they were kind of insightful.
Back in my day, we didn't have this creamy delight. We had Old Tella. It was a brick, a delicious chocolatey brick.
Bring Old Tella back.
Back in my day, we...
That's fucking good. Here we go. Oh my God, the after school sitcom hour.
You have a name yet? Yes.
Steve.
Oh, that's a lovely name.
Thanks, but what do you think we should call the baby?
It's just sad. Nothing's made in the U.S. anymore.
Oh.
Even this one says built-in antenna.
So?
I don't even know where that is.
We've had reports from your neighbors that your dog was chasing a kid on a bike.
That's ridiculous. My dog doesn't even know how to ride a bike.
What kind of milk is that?
Soy milk.
Hola, milk. Soy dad. Any last words?
I wouldn't be shocked if that didn't work.
The doctor said I can touch myself whenever I want.
No. He said you could have a stroke at any time.
Hey, Dad, have you seen my sunglasses?
No, son, have you seen my dad glasses?
This sofa will seat 5 people without any problems.
Where am I going to find 5 people without any problems?
Dad, could you tell me what a solar eclipse is?
No, son.
Dad, did you eat my leftovers in the fridge?
Nope, I ate them on the couch. I've cut down 35,265 trees in my life.
How'd you know?
Easy. I keep a log.
Hey, Dad, why'd you pack 2 trousers?
In case I get a hole in one. Well, your mother's mad at me again.
What happened?
She said I never buy her flowers. I didn't even know she sold flowers.
So how do you prepare your chicken?
Nothing special, really. We just tell them they're gonna die.
I want another baby.
That's a relief. I don't like this one either.
Sir, you have an outstanding balance.
Oh, thanks. I did gymnastics as a kid. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have.
Just a heads up, this is gonna hurt. I'm having an affair with your wife.
He died doing what he loved.
What was that?
Breathing. Couldn't quit cold turkey.
Quick, what's his blood type?
I can't remember.
Be positive.
I'm trying, Dad.
Can you leave me alone, please? Fine. Suit yourself. Why haven't you taken your new car for a spin?
It's in the finance agreement. 0% interest for the first 3 months.
Wait, what? Okay, that last one kind of went off on me. Laughing at dad jokes, huh? Oh, yeah, 100%. Oh, this is too fucking funny. Oh, this is great. Yeah. They got the 90s sitcom vibe. I would say like late 80s, early 90s, definitely. The 0 interest for 3 months. Why aren't you taking your new car for a ride? This is 0 interest for 3 months. I don't. Can anyone explain that joke to me? I don't know. Spherical Man says these dad jokes are either really good or my gummies making them funnier. The answer to that is yes. The answer to that is yes. Entirely. That was really good. That was nostalgic in a way that really fucking worked. I gotta give that a thumbs up, man. That was fucking awesome. Girl with blue eyes. All right, let's see what we got here.
I wonder what powers you're hiding.
Oh, she's definitely into it. Whoa, man.
This can't be happening. Free your friends. You'll all be home soon.
Daniel, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I had to stop them.
You have to go through the secret door beneath Mount Ven.
All right, I don't know what's going on here, you know. I see what they're trying to do, but it's not really vibing it for me. Blue crystal meth, yeah. 0 interest means she's not interested in driving through. Oh. I don't know if, I mean, I get the joke, I guess. Yeah, she's pretty high. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I get the joke. I don't know. I just, maybe it's over my head on that one. A day in the life of
Here's
a
a day in
nurse.
the life of a nurse. I got 8 minutes of sleep. This coffee is 93% creamer, and my badge won't scan, so we're off to a great start. I've been peed on, pooped on, yelled at by a man with a blood pressure of 240, and accused of stealing a pillow all before 10 a.m. I've been sitting here for 26 minutes trying to decide if I want to shower or cry first.
Okay. I mean, I want to know why she's got the what appears to be healing eyes after something. That was interesting. Okay.
I first had the idea to put Lego on the tops of skyscrapers when I stepped on my son's Legos at home. So we built these to scale for the monster, and it's been so successful that actually insurance requires Lego on the tops of all buildings now.
That's pretty funny.
Good morning. My baby's fueled and ready. Skies are clear. Heading out over open water. Wish me luck.
Been in the air for just over 4 hours. Steady, bearings look good. Picked up some strange interference on the radio. Not sure what it is. Still on course.
Something's wrong. Readings are drifting. The compass won't hold.
Severe turbulence. Instruments are failing one by one. Compass is spinning, altimeter's locked. If anyone finds this... God help!
All right, there's a fucking movie there. There is an absolute movie there. That is dope. Why does this only got like fucking one up, man? Did you see that? Like, was it fucking Kraken? Was it some kind of big ass squid? Like, what was that, man? That was dope as shit. Yeah, right. I know. That was pretty good. That was pretty solid. I gotta admit, I like that. Here we go. The Veil you, whatever.
In the forgotten reaches of time, or perhaps beyond it, there existed a race known as the Vialu.
Oh, the Vialu.
Not
yeah.
human, but not entirely separate. A
Kinda
sentient offshoot of early
like
humanity. Seekers of complete detachment. They believed the path to true enlightenment required not escape from the world, but escape from form itself. To begin their transformation, each Vialu would enter a deep meditative trance and embalm their body in a sacred alien compound. A substance known only as Oryx.
It's called cum.
Oryx was not born of Earth. It shimmered like glass, but flowed like blood. When bonded with living tissue, it initiated what they called the dissolution. At first, their skin would begin to melt away, not from heat, but from surrender, revealing raw muscle beneath. This was the first veil lifted. They would sit in stillness, unmoving, for days. Then the muscles dissolved, veins exposed, organs suspended inside a forming shell, a cocoon made from Oryx itself, taking the exact shape of their original body, translucent, ghost-like, but solid, still, sacred. Within this shell, the body continued to unravel. Organs faded, veins thinned to strands of light, until eventually only a delicate structure remained, like a neural map sketched in fine threads. But the mind remained, alive, aware, unbound. The Vialu did not die. They shed. They became consciousness housed in the memory of a body, no longer needing food, movement, speech, or touch. Inside their Oryx shells, they chanted silent mantras, words no longer spoken aloud, but pulsed through thought, vibrating through the membrane of presence. To us, they may appear eerie, unnatural, but to the Vialu, this was purity. No hunger, no desire, no identity, only stillness and wonder. Entire cities of these translucent beings existed, sitting cross-legged in eternal meditation, unmoving, unseen by modern eyes. Those who had completed the process would often sit beside those still dissolving, silent guides in thought alone, offering presence rather than instruction, a communion of forms, fading and faded. But some say, if you listen deep beneath the Earth's crust, in caverns where no light has ever touched, you may still hear them. A chorus of minds, humming softly, forever seeking the edge of the self, the Vialu, the ones who chose to stay by letting go.
Okay, so that was interesting, but I have questions. Like, why? What is the point of going in? Yeah, right? Yeah, and then I know, right? This is just Cumcoon. It really is. Fourth, do you want me to send you a link, man? Do you want to come on in? Maverick here says, well, I didn't need sleep tonight anyway. Hey, there's a Cursed AI one we can take a look at, too. The Chronicles of Darth Malingus and Chorus. The Inner Turmoil of the Bog Flower. A comedy. Let's see. It's 4 minutes. We'll see how it goes. I'm not laughing yet. Hey, look, it's Toonami graphics. All right, man. Yeah, well, yeah, I know it's a little late.
Master Malignus. My quest to find new assets for the Sith has borne fruit. I've discovered
It's
a
one
true master
channel.
of the kinetic arts, a being who channels raw, untamed emotion into physical form.
A master of the kinetic arts. Such an individual could be a powerful weapon. Describe their combat.
It's kind of boring.
Forge an emotional connection with a Dark Lord of the Sith.
Look at those eyes. I mean, did Metamorpho show up here? All right, this one's kind of lame. Right? I mean, look, I get what he's going for, but just like 4 minutes, he fucking burned a lot of credits for 4 minutes, man. Some crazy ass shit. Maverick here asking, I wonder if anyone has made an AI version of Chirpy. Not fucking yet. No, that's not rational. It's I'm assuming an alt. All right, so this is just some Mid-Journey shit. I dig the music though. Oh wow, that's cool. All right.
This is Captain Elon Vex of the Virelia.
347 years ago, the exploration vessel
Requesting
Valia.
immediate assistance. Repeat, emergency assistance.
All communication was lost.
Something's wrong on board. I don't know. How? What? Captain.
I betrayed all of them. I became the monster I swore I'd destroy. I walked the path you gave me, my queen. And I didn't stumble.
Go and soak it in blood.
Yes, my queen. It is done.
Okay. He's got a bloody sword. He must have murked somebody.
Activate system interface.
System online.
Open all available data on vessel designation. CEV-9. Codename Virelia.
Certainly. Colonial Exploration Vessel 9, Virelia. Crew manifest 112. Last contact. Orbit descent to Colony World Elian 4. Status, declared lost.
Play last known transmission.
Unclassified transmission received.
Okay, so
Timestamp
this is probably
198 hours
Higgsfield
ago.
AI.
You left me here with the silence and the scratching walls. But the stars, they hum sweeter each day. Maybe they want me. Maybe they
Load last known coordinates of the Virelia.
Sector 07C, system
Axel, this
Virelian
is just
Halo.
some
Orbital
AI
signature
short film we
located.
found. To get there before the Chancellor's rats start sniffing around.
Navigation online.
I mean,
cross-referencing known systems.
Yeah, I guess.
Match found. Estimated arrival 72 hours 14 minutes.
All right. Here we go.
It's not even moving. Ah, fuck. Oh. Coming soon? Okay. I guess. I mean, all right. Sure. What do we have this one here? Mid-Journey video. Okay. Girl looking at herself in the mirror. All right. Oh wow, that's pretty good. To catch
Feline trafficking is a very serious problem in this country.
Oh, no.
Tonight, we go undercover to find one of these cat predators.
Me and my cat will be right out. Get comfy. Just another sec. I hope you didn't have any trouble finding the place.
Hello?
Hi.
Who are you?
I'm Chris Jansen. Let's talk.
I don't want to talk.
Why don't you just tell me why you're here? You look nervous.
I'm just here to pet a pussycat, man. What else would it be?
There are no felines in this house. Care to empty out your pockets?
Come on, I don't got all night.
Is that what I think it is? I see you brought some catnip for a meeting with a 5-year-old cat. Do you know what a sting operation is? See these cameras? They're part of an undercover series I do. There's one over there, there's one here, there's one over there, and there's one over here. Well, that's all I need. You're free to go, sir. Just leave the way you entered.
You.
Stop.
Stop!
Oh God! Oh God!
Hands up! Stop!
Well, Barbara, we got another one of these cat-eating creeps off the street. On an unrelated note, I just got banned from PetSmart. Long story, not important.
All right, that was not what I'd call great. All right, Judora reveals Neopia's pathetic secrets.
Oh, you thought your little game was so sweet and innocent. How adorable. Number 10, Dr.
Don't know what that is.
The sound of caring.
Oh God. It's an ASMR Viking video. We're cooked, chat. We're cooked. Initiating purr to call 7.4. All right. Okay, can't play that one. Maybe I can? No. As if this couldn't get any fucking weirder. Hey, look, it's RJ. Anyway. I will admit I like the aesthetic. That's fucking... the burst. Wow. What the hell is this shot there? I mean, obviously, it appears like something was going to happen, but it never did. That was kind of interesting, though. That was kind of fascinating to see. I'm not a SpongeBob fan, so there we go. All right. New video is 60-plus clips. Bigfoot Vlog Day 1.
In the shadows of Mount Olympus, where God's command...
Wait. Oh, shit, dude. Fucking Bigfoot vlog.
So, guys, today I'm kicking off this channel with a travel vlog trip to Albania.
So anyway, I got this issue with my rents about this vlog.
They be like, stick to a 9 to 5, bro. They ain't vibing this YouTube hustle thing.
What if I totally flop and look stupid and boring?
Or what if nobody even watches my dumb stuff?
Or worse, what if the YouTube algorithm buries my vids deeper than that stupid Yeti? Oh man, I hate that stupid Yeti. You know, every time he ruins parties on purpose.
Why is he out of breath?
Like that time when he organized all white parties.
I wasn't invited because of my stinky fur, but we all know how the party went.
People got arrested. Yetis trial coming next month. What a loser.
I mean, one day you have everything, the next you lose it because you went for the weird stuff. Idiot. Anyway,
let's put away that degenerate Yeti and get back to the video.
So here we are, try and make it happen, guys. I won't quit this time. I'll try to post 3 times a week. But just after a quick pause, guys, I need to unleash a royal dump first. Live vlogging will start in 2 hours.
Guys, I forgot. Smash that like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. Thank you.
Oh man, this is I shouldn't have eaten those berries. This vlog is getting real personal.
Oh, I'm so easily entertained.
Guys, I need to lay down a bit. All that dump made me so tired. My abdominals are in deep pain.
Back on track again, fam. I'm feasting on these forest berries. Fuel for the...
Next mission, building a wild animal trap. Dinner's coming, and I'm hungry.
For the trap, we need to collect some sticks, berries, and some fiber.
The hardest part is the fiber. I need to find a human camp and scare them off. Stupid humans.
You won't believe it. 5 minutes into search, I already found a human camp. Look at them. Oh my God, they look so stupid. Look at them, ha ha. So in a bit, I will jump scare the shit out of them. It's time.
Oh my God, they were ruining and shitting their pants. And now we just need to make stripes out of this tent for the fiber. Pro tip, make sure you rip them in long stripes. Now that we have the fiber, we have all the tools needed to finish the trap. Now we put the berries inside the trap and we play the waiting game.
It's been 2 hours and still no sign of any animal whatsoever. But we need to keep the faith like Bon Jovi.
Oh my God, I actually did it. I caught a butt-ass wild boar. Look at him, just a hopeless idiot. Next step, fire pit. We gotta snag these stones and dry sticks, get this blaze roaring, and cook up a frickin' delicious feast, fam. Fam, check it. Boar's going on the fire now. We're about to cook up the mother of all feasts. Get ready for that sizzle. All right, guys, back on track with my new necklace. Hope you like it. Now let's rush to the airport. Albania waiting, baby. Yo, fam, jackpot. A human backpack full of cans. Let's take it for our trip. I might need it later.
Hey, everybody, just a quick pause.
Okay, starting to kind of lose it a little bit. How much is he fucking drinking?
All that walking made me really thirsty.
Whoa, that jungle juice hit different. I could wrestle a bear right now, or maybe just hug it tight. Whoa!
Guys, believe it or not, I think I found a bear cave. I'm just going in to see if there are any bears inside. Oh, I snuck into a bear's cave, and there's a grizzly snoozing right here.
Now he's got fucking...
Yo, guys, it's like a giant fluff ball. Look at this guy batting my rock. This is next level cuddle time. Yo, guys, the bear is officially on the squad, and we're road tripping together. Boartooth bling and beartooth swag, let's roll.
Everybody, we snagged our spot hiding behind these powder packs. Flight's in the air, hold tight.
After that powder, the bear went ballistic. This was a big mistake. See you down, guys, if I make it.
What in the fuck? What in the fuck? No, I don't think he banged the bear. The bear found cocaine, though. Okay.
Part 2 drops next week, so hit subscribe and like, you fools. Comment down below with your not so important opinions. Seriously, thank you all.
All right, so I got a little bit into it towards the end. Okay, a little bit into it. A little tough at some points. I'm giving up vote here. Oh, here we go. Kratos in Greek mythology. 11 Labs voiceover.
Man the
Midjourney.
skies, and Titans once roamed the earth. One
This is
name
Midjourney.
echoes with divine severity. Kratos. The personification of strength. In Aeschylus's ancient tragedy Prometheus Bound, Kratos appears not as a god of mercy, but as the firmly unrelenting enforcer of Zeus's justice. Alongside his sister Bia, Force, and the god Hephaestus, Kratos binds the rebellious Prometheus to a desolate cliffside. Before leaving the stage, Kratos mocks the chained Titan, claiming he will never escape his fate and does not deserve the name Prometheus, which means forethought. But Prometheus would one day be freed by Heracles. Still, Kratos' cruelty was no accident. Scholar Robert Holmes Beck argues that his brutality was a calculated show of divine consequence, a message from Olympus. All who defy the gods will suffer. Kratos is rarely depicted in ancient Greek art. In fact, only one known vase fragment shows him, or rather, a lock of his hair, during the punishment of Ixion. His sister Bia is slightly more visible, steadying the wheel to which Ixion is bound. Kratos is also invoked by name in Aeschylus's Libation Bearers, where Electra prays to Kratos, Dike, Justice, and Zeus, seeking vengeance for her father's murder. Even in Plato's Protagoras, the fearsome presence of Kratos looms. Prometheus, the tale goes, dared not steal fire from Zeus's citadel because the guards of Zeus were too terrifying. Their names lost to time, but could Kratos and Bia have stood watch? In the genealogy of the gods, Kratos is no mere henchman. He is the son of Pallas and Styx, born alongside Nike, Victory, Bia, Force, and zealous Zeal. Even the Roman author Hyginus equates him with potestas, power. Kratos is not the tragic hero, nor the noble savior. He is raw, divine power given form, the arm of retribution that even gods fear. In myth, he is a symbol not of chaos, but of unyielding law. This is the real Kratos, not the video game icon, but the ancient force of strength, silent, brutal, and eternally loyal to Olympus.
Which demigod's legend do you want to see next?
All right. That was something. That wasn't terrible. All right, the Cartman blog. Okay, yeah, we'll take a look at those real quick because I know that. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay, so Command Unit sent in this one a little bit ago. This is a minute and a half, so it's not so bad. Then we'll do the Cartman one, and then we'll probably start winding it down because I need to. I agree with you. That the video game Kratos is better. The video game Kratos. I don't know.
It's the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods, and master of a million worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. Let's fight in love. To be a man in such times is to be one amongst untold millions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of science and technology, for so much was forgotten and never relearned. Forget the promise of peace and understanding, for in the grim dark future there is only war. There is no peace amongst the stars, only eternity of slaughter.
Is that a Gengar?
And the endless echoes of laughter from thirsting gods.
All right. Yeah, that kind of slaps, to be honest with you. AI is making you dumber. Shut the fuck up, Adam Conover. He's ever since he got divorced, he's been kind of like whatever. Oh, look. Jeremy is not a fan. Jeremy is not a fan of Superman. Oh no. Hold up, yo. Hold up. We'll come back to that one there. I gotta do the Cartman one. Let's see here. South Park blogs. Okay. Deployed to Iran. Oh fuck.
What's poppin', gang? Coon and friends have been officially activated to Iran. We deploy at sunrise. Let's get it. Listen up, dumbasses! We played Warzone every night during COVID. Iran is basically Verdansk. Lock it in! Check it out, a gay Jew in Iran. Wendy would be so proud right now. Fuck you, Cartman, I'm not gay!
Alright, gang, we've officially landed. Gotta keep a low profile, though. No talking to the locals.
I swear to God, I'm gonna snap that berry in half. All right, gang, we think we found the nuke facility, but the door's fucking locked. Tool shed, hurry the fuck up! Cartman, shut up, you're distracting me.
All right, we made it inside. If they catch me, just know Butters used my computer last, so the search history...
Shit! Call girl, they found us. We need exfil right fucking now.
I'm sending you coordinates.
Oh, holy shit, Timmy just blew up a fucking donkey. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
All right, that was solid. That was solid as fuck. That was really good. I want to see this fucking this Bigfoot 3 Squid Game shit.
Yo, my hairy brethren, another lively morning. The pines are creaking, the owl's puking, and somewhere in the distance, a moose is screaming at his ex.
Also, huge thanks to you all for the support. Honestly, without you, I'd still be talking to raccoons out here. But now, I'm basically the forest's favorite influencer. Let's push a little and hit that 1,000 subscriber. Dream big, right? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button.
All right, my hairy pals and curious humans. Guess what? Today, we're heading out for a little fishing trip. Whoa, now this is something else. Look at this place. That water. Yeah, it's moments like these you really appreciate the simple things, huh? The beauty of nature, the peace. But you know what they say, too much peace and quiet can drive a Bigfoot crazy. So, beautiful silence, prepare to be thoroughly interrupted.
But you know what else? Lucky for us, I still got dynamite.
Well now, who needs a rod and reel when you got a little bit of persuasion?
This ought to liven things up a bit.
Octopus up my ass, that was a goddamn cool. Now that's what I call fishing. Life is good.
Yeah, peaceful here by the lake. Wait a minute, someone's coming.
Good afternoon. My apologies for the intrusion. I couldn't help but notice your unique approach to fishing. My name is not important. What is important, however, is opportunity.
Look, pal, I appreciate the offer, but... Man, what kind of bonehead walks around the woods with this kind of cash? Seriously? You gotta be dumber than a box of rocks. This ain't exactly Fort Knox out here. Heck, even that thieving little varmint Kevin could have snatched this and built himself a mansion made of acorns. Idiot.
Huh, what's this? Weird. Looks like some kind of business card. What kind of business uses shapes like this?
All right, my nocturnal viewers. Things have taken a very interesting turn tonight.
Remember that little phone by the lake? Well, I called to that number and they made me an offer I couldn't exactly refuse. Said there's a whole load of cash involved. And the catch? Just gotta play some games, that's it. Just games, and you all know how much Foot loves games.
Well, look at that. Punctual. Professional. I like it. Bet they even got snacks. All right, we're in. Bit of a tight squeeze for old Foot, but cozy.
Well, this is something, is it? What kind of shit is this? I don't even know what to say.
A giant clear
plastic
acorn?
What in the world is going on here?
Guys, I see some familiar faces here.
That's him, all right. Wendigo. Real nightmare fuel. Also our local alcoholic cryptid.
That's the local forest legend. Eater of souls and chugger of cheap whiskey. Usually passed out behind the gas station.
Man, this place is just full of characters. Every walk of life, I guess.
That was a skinwalker, our local call center scammer.
Good afternoon, Amanda. My name is Mark, and I'm calling from the security department of your bank.
It's them! It's the witches! That's Morgana, Sabrina, and, holy moly, Baba Yaga herself. It's our Forrest Kardashian family.
All right, folks, I can't wait. Need a game.
Hold on a minute, looks like I got a visitor.
Yo, what up, fam? A celebrity in the woods. Ha! Name's Thanos, my man. What's the tag, bro?
Player 230 eliminated.
Attention, players. Please prepare yourselves. The next game will commence shortly.
All right, folks, here we go.
Well, if this ain't something, my sense of direction is totally shot here. And these colors, man, it's like a clown exploded in a staircase factory. Holy moly, that's a big kid. A doll. Really? What's next? Hide and seek with a corpse. I hate dolls. They smell like regret and baby powder. No. What is that? Is that Chucky's big sister with braids? Hell no. I'm cursed. I know I'm cursed.
This game is called Run or Die. You might ask yourselves, what are your chances of winning or of
Run
dying?
or die.
The answer is 50-50.
What is 50-50? Like 50% I die and 50% I don't want. Yeah, not a fan of those odds.
The game begins.
Red light!
What the hell? What was that just now?
Green light. Red light! Everybody freeze! Don't move! No. What was that? Don't. Move.
The game is over.
See, this kind of stuff is hard to iterate.
Hey, seriously, thank you. 1,000 subscribers. That means a lot to me. Let's keep going. We're just getting started. Let's crush that 10K mark next.
You know, I gotta say, this ain't my kind of fun. Not at all. This whole situation, these games, nah. I'm not enjoying this one bit.
Players eliminated.
You know what? I gotta say, I changed my mind. You wanna know why? Because there's a whole lot of money in this place. A pile of it.
Money. I love money. You hear me? I ain't leaving until I can swim in it like a raccoon in a dumpster full of 20s. Subscribe now, or I'll start singing ABBA next.
All right, folks, listen up. My fur's getting all tingly. Ooh, something's brewing. I got a bad feeling. I feel a revolt coming.
Yep.
Told you. Trouble's brewing.
All right, folks, just wanted to check in. It's night now, and I got a real bad feeling in my gut. A real bad one. Yeah, something's gonna happen tonight. Something big. I can feel it. Just gotta be ready.
Okay, I guess this is what this is a whole thing that he's done. Well, I guess we'll have to check back on that one there. But it is after midnight. I am going to call it a day. I have a long day tomorrow because I have to go do a drug test. I'm going to pass it because I don't do none of that shit, but I got to fucking go deal with a whole bunch of other shit, man. You know how it is, guys. I got to go fucking deal with, like, work-related stuff, you know. But what was funny was for this last month, I worked, like, almost 180 hours in this last month, so I am fucking tired. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch a movie. Maybe I'll fucking play some Switch. Play some Legend of Zelda, you know. Maybe play some Monster Hunter. Maybe, I don't know. But be sure there will be another Hollywood After Dark happening tomorrow. If y'all are interested in that, appreciate it. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys probably tomorrow night. Have yourself a good one, folks, and peace the fuck out.
Turn off that pesky ad block.